everyone. In this video we're going to be talking about the ID liner. A few of you have mentioned it already, so luckily it's the second video. Again, it's a very simple machine. It might look a bit difficult to sort of play around with, but I can assure you it's not. So yeah, might as well crack on. We're showing you how to take the motor off. The cam and bearing, exactly the same setup as the plain brass, as with most of our machines. But yeah, it's all held together really by this plate, which we'll just talk through now. So if we start by taking the motor off, start with the connectors. You'll need a 2.5mm Allen key. Just unscrew those. Be careful when you do it. Sometimes this washer pops off, flies at places, and you can never find them again, so just be careful. It's done. Go for the 1.5mm Allen key, undo the cam. Need a screwdriver, same as before. Undo the 2 screws on the back. Again, be careful with these two, sometimes they tend to spit out all over the place. Yeah, so you find that it all comes a bit loose, which is good. You can just pop the motor off. With this one, I say exactly the same as the plain brass in that video. Change the cam over, pop the E-clip off, the cam will pop out, and we can change the bearing if you change the bearing, or change the cam to clip the E-clip back on top. Very simple, straightforward. There you are, the bare frame. Very simple. Take the plate off, change the motor over, undo these 2 screws. This pops off. Simple. So with the other one's blown, throw in the bin, get your new one. We do say where they've got the capacitor on the back, if you have that facing inwards towards the machine like that, and with the elastic band sort of guide there, so that's sort of facing out from the machine. Find the space for them. Would help if you lined it up properly, it would go in a bit easier. There we go. Just like before, screw them down. Try not to screw down one side all the way, all at once. It might not sit straight, so just do a bit of time and then just give them a final twist. Find it easier as well. Put the cam system guide like that first, and then put the motor in the guide. Put 2 screws back in. For some reason, I find this bit fiddly. Bear with me. There we go, finally. Get those bits in. So yeah, do them up nice and tight. Grab your screws for the back. I'm going to push them through very slightly and grab your spacer. Put it underneath the lug so it keeps it away from the frame. And get your contact. Just put them up and do the same with the other one. So space earth in there. If you can, at this point, if you can borrow either someone else's Allen key set or just if you've got another one lying around, to find it a bit easier. Just feed it through the two. It sort of keeps it all sort of nice and lined up. Just makes it a bit easier to tighten up as well. You might find your own way of doing it. Is that done? And then tighten your cam back up. There you go, that is it, all done. What you might find sometimes, again with the plain brass, if it runs a bit noisy, just try and move the cam up and down the motor spindle. There is a sweet spot, you'll be able to find it. It's pretty simple. And also I didn't touch on the other machine is oil in the top. Just a little tiny bit. This is the one we use. Get it anywhere. Cheap as chips. Jobs are good. Yeah, that is the ID liner.